The biggest free agent is off the market. Hey guys, welcome to the newest edition of Lad Talk. Mason, Juan Soto is going to meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets.
I mean, you had the big purple dude, you had the pumpkin, you had the song, you had OMG, and you couldn't do it. So just spend $800 million to buy Soto.
All the money you've got.
Oh my God.
I was blown away. I didn't think he was going to break $700 million. I didn't think he was going to break $650.
No, I don't think he's worth 800 or 7 or more than 650.
And we've talked about the difference between him and Ohtani.
And you have to because of the amount of money these deals are making. That's why, in our opinion. It's because of Ohtani's deal. He wouldn't get this without Ohtani's deal, but because Ohtani did it, he's getting set over 700. That's why you have to compare. Sorry, go ahead.
The difference between these two guys is when you bring in a guy like Ohtani, you bring in sponsorships, you bring in the entirety of Japan.
Whole country.
Soto, he doesn't command that much in sponsorships.
No.
He's not going to do for an organization what Ohtani has already done for the Dodgers.
To bring in. He could help them win more, not all on his own, but I mean, just by having him, you should probably win more, but you can't win the whole thing just with one guy. But we're talking about the money and everything else that comes with signing a player as big of a contract as that.
Just as a quick example, Ohtani, once he signs with the Dodgers, they sign a multi-year partnership with the largest airline in Japan.
Largest.
They sign a multi-year partnership with one of the biggest tire companies in all of Japan. Mm-hmm. They signed a multi-year partnership with a Japanese trading and manufacturing company, Japanese retailers, personal care cosmetics, fermented dairy drinks, whatever the heck that is, and electric vehicles. You think Soto will bring in these kind of sponsorships?
It's not even a question. If you have to compare the two, you're going to bring in more money as an organization with somebody like Ohtani. Now, of course, are we maybe biased over Soto going to the Mets? Sure, why not? But the numbers speak for themselves. Great hitter, exceptional player in the batter's box. Gonna get you on base. Gonna hit the long ball. Gonna hit the ball hard. Average defender. Plays only one position. So, it's hard to compare the two.
But Dodger bias out of the way. This is a huge deal.
Yes.
This is good for baseball. More guys are going to make more money now because of Juan Soto's deal.
Yep.
And let's get into the details. Juan Soto's going to get a $75 million signing bonus.
Wow.
He's got an opt-out after 5 seasons if he so chooses. No deferred money. So they didn't go the route of the Dodgers with this one. No deferred money. It's all going to be up front.
Yep.
The Mets will have the ability to void Soto's opt-out clause after the 5th season, but they have to boost the annual value by $4 million for the final 10 years. So it'll go from $51 million a year to $55 million a year in that case. If it all plays out that way, he's going to end up getting $805 million over the next 15 years.
You remember the Bobby Bonilla deal?
Bobby Bonilla.
So hopefully it doesn't blow up in their faces like that. Mets are going to Met. I don't see the $800 million value that he's going to bring to this organization. Do I think that he's the perennial player and the guy who should be the face of your league, the face of your team? 100%. Is he worth $800 million? I don't think so. And I think most people would agree.
But it goes back to the exceptional performance on the field. Plus, he's just 26 years old.
Yeah.
He's going to be signed through his age 41 season if he sticks it out with the Mets. That's incredible.
I don't think he's going to play to 41.
You think he opts out after 5 seasons?
If he... Okay, my first thought when he signed this deal was he must hate winning. Depending on if they can win or at least make to the postseason the next 2 to 3 out of 5 years, I think he stays. And if not, he's probably going to opt out. But you sign a guaranteed $765 million deal, you're probably going to keep it. I think he's found his home. So,
I think it would be harder to one-up this contract. It's going to be hard to beat.
Right, and that's not to say that the next contract has to. Maybe you meet it. Maybe he takes a little bit of a pay cut. But if you are serious about wanting to win again, because he already has one ring, But if you're serious about wanting to win and make more of a legacy for yourself than just the biggest contract, you got to get out of it. You got to get out of New York. And I hate to say that it's like a day and a half in his contract, but you got to get out if you want to win that bad. I'm just saying. Because there's no way that the Mets collectively are going to be able to beat the Dodgers on paper and on the field over the next 5 to 8 years.
The Mets came just 2 wins away from winning the pennant, beating the Dodgers.
Yeah, but 2 wins is 2 wins.
And it really wasn't that close, let's be honest.
No, it really wasn't that close. And all the Dodger fans, and even in my opinion, all the analysts can agree, especially after the Dodgers-San Diego series, the Mets-Dodgers series was a walk in the park for us. Sorry. Hate to say it. No, I don't like talking trash. It's just the way that it reads. Sorry.
And the Yankees got to be salty about this one. They offered 1 extra year and $5 million less, and Soto said, "Bye-bye. Bye-bye, the Bronx. Hello, Queens."
I mean, all of those Yankee fans have to be hurt, but at the same time, if he wasn't willing to stay for $5 million less, and you're going to give him a whole nother year into age 42, he wasn't really there to begin with. I don't think he really liked playing in New York or for the Yankees. That's what that tells me. He really didn't like it that much. Sorry, it sucks to suck.
But Soto, no doubt, an exceptional talent. He's averaged 33 home runs and 130 walks per season.
Wow.
Last year, a career-high 41 home runs and an .989 OPS.
Wow.
He's got a career OPS plus above 160. That means he's over 60% better than league average. So the Mets, they've been the butt of many jokes over the last couple of seasons. Maybe people start taking them a little more seriously now with Soto. But again, it's one player.
Yeah,
this is a team sport.
It is. And it's just one guy that you're spending collectively nearly $1 billion on, and people were talking trash about Ohtani. He's a two-way player. We can compare day in and day out, but you know what? Good for Steve Cohen for finally putting up more money than everybody else, finally, and getting somebody to accept the terms. But we'll see what happens. You can't win championships with your checkbook. So we'll see.
Let's get into some Dodgers news. Blake Treinen, the lockdown closer from the last few years, is back once again. 2 years, $22 million deal. It's still pending a physical, but an absolutely outstanding career with the Dodgers so far. Just over 50 appearances last year, ERA right above 1.9. And let's talk about the postseason. He pitched over 12 innings, 2.19 ERA, and he was lights out.
Lights out. We would not win the World Series without him. We wouldn't make it to the World Series without him. So, hats off to you. Love you. Good to see you. 2 more years.
Treinen, he throws frisbees up there. He's got sinkers, he's got sliders, he's got everything in between. So much movement, nasty, crazy arm slot, crazy arm action.
Yeah, everything about him is just elite. It's just elite. I don't know what else to say. Super happy. So happy.
And what I like even more than the on-field performance is the intangibles, that bulldog mentality, that standing up on the mound, looking the hitter in the eyes and saying, you know what, I'm better than you, and I'm going to beat you.
Yeah, and he usually does. He usually does beat you. And this bullpen would not look the same without him, so happy he's back. Needed to have him. Good job, Dodgers.
And Treinen, the guy who's had some injuries in his career, he's had some shoulder stuff going on.
Yeah.
36 years old already. You know, you might not have him for 2 full seasons, but as long as he's healthy for October, that's exactly what the Dodgers are looking for.
That's all you want. I mean, he wasn't there the whole season this year, but you know what? It's fine. He was there for October. That's all they care about. And I hate to say it that way, but that's just how the Dodgers organization, their mentality is. We need to have these guys in October. It's not a matter of if, but when we get to October, who are we going to have? That's who we need. Need him.
Well-deserved 2-year deal for Blake Treinen. Happy to have him back.
What are the details on that? Is it just straight up 11 each?
Straight up, 2 years, $22 million.
No deferrals?
No deferrals.
Hey, first time in a long time. Good job.
There you go. Speaking of no deferrals, we got another contract to talk about, and it's a 1-year deal.
Hey.
Michael Conforto, former Met.
That sucks for the Mets.
For the Mets. Sucks for the Mets.
Yeah, he was good in New York. I remember that.
He was very good until some injuries kind of derailed his career. Spent the last couple of years with the Giants, hit 35 home runs and over 120 RBIs in those 2 seasons.
Jeez.
He could play both left and right field. Kind of makes you wonder, does this mean that Teo won't be back?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. This guy signed a pretty good team-friendly deal, so... I mean, Dodgers aren't afraid of spending the money. It's about, who's going to fit into that clubhouse. But the fact that they're bringing Mookie in, they signed another outfielder, I don't see why they don't try. I mean, there's other teams, especially since the Yankees and Red Sox are out of this, whole Soto situation. I mean, they're going to go, I've read, really, really in on Teo because, I mean, he turned his career around. He's going to get a really nice deal. I really hope the Dodgers are willing to meet those deals because he's worth it. I really think he's worth it. To say that he will do the whole Chris Taylor deal where he had a really good year, signed him for 4 years, and tanks, I don't think he's that kind of guy. I don't think that's what's going to happen, but that is always in the back of your mind too. So I don't know, but I really hope they get him. I love Teo. We want him back.
I like the idea of taking a flyer on a guy, a 1-year deal. You're not overpaying him. It worked with Teo.
Exactly.
Why not this time around?
Why not this time? And the Dodgers are known for that. And maybe that's why I think a lot of guys are willing to take a little pay cut like Teo did last season and take, instead of a 2-3 year deal, just take a 1-year deal. Come to LA, reinvent yourself, revamp what you need to do, and take off from there. So, hey, Conforto, he did a solid job in San Francisco over the last 2 years. Maybe he can do even more for us just this 1 year, turn his career around. Hopefully they bring Teo back. Love this deal too. It's always good to have extra guys. You got to have depth. Even if it's for just this 1 year. You can't rely on the rookies. You can't rely on the prospects. They, can't guarantee championships, but you got to have more veteran presence in the outfield. Anywhere on the field, but especially in the outfield. You can't have nothing but rookies out there.
So, money being spent, the offseason is in full swing. Winter meetings are coming up.
Yeah.
Make sure you tune in so we can give you some more information on that. Make sure you don't miss out. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's go Dodgers.
Adios. Cool.